Everything is going to zero when priced in this asset. Today in this video, I want to talk about an asset that if you price your life in, it will get cheaper. You're free to measure or denominate your life in whichever unit of account you want. However, majority of the world population is programmed to denominate their life in their local currency or dollars. Most of the people can't step out of it and look at the living expenses any other way. For the purposes of this video, we will price the three most important things in our life in this asset called Bitcoin and compare it to the dollars. The three important things are: number 1, shelter; number 2, fuel; number 3, food. We will focus on meat for pricing food. We will use the 10-year period to do this analysis because a 10-year period is long enough to notice a real drastic change in everything, such as prices, technology, socioeconomic problems, etc. Let's start with shelter. The average cost of home in the US in May 2014 was approximately $350,000 US. And today, it costs almost $500,000 US to buy a house in the US. In May of 2014, you would need approximately 700 Bitcoins to buy a house. And today, on 29th May 2024, you can buy the same house for only 7.5 Bitcoin. Simply put, your cost of shelter went down when priced in Bitcoin. It got cheaper for you to buy a better house on Bitcoin Standard, and on the other hand, you need more dollars to buy the same house in the last 10 years. Let's talk about fuel. In 2014, the cost of gasoline in the US on average was $3.67 US per gallon. And today, in 2024, the average cost of gasoline in the US is $3.73 per gallon. On the other hand, it took 0.00752 Bitcoin or 752,000 Satoshis for a gallon of gas in 2014. And now it costs 0.0000556 Bitcoin or 5,500 Satoshis only for the same gallon. Please note that 1 Bitcoin is equal to 100 million Satoshis. So the gasoline price dropped in US dollars, but the drop in gas prices is more significant when priced in Bitcoin. Life simply gets cheaper when priced in a hard monetary asset. Let's talk about food. The average cost of a sirloin steak in 2014 was around $7.50 per pound, and now it's around $12 per pound. The same steak would cost you 1.5 million Satoshis in 2014, and now it only costs you around 18,000 Satoshis per pound for the same steak. This means that you can afford to buy better quality meat when living on the Bitcoin denominated life. Conclusion: it's obvious from the historical numbers that life gets cheaper when priced in Bitcoin. Hence the phrase that everything is going to zero when priced in Bitcoin. The dollar, rupee, euro, peso are all collapsing to zero against Bitcoin. US dollar is the slowest collapsing currency. It gets extremely bad when you price the necessities of life in other currencies, such as peso, rupee, Zimbabwean dollar, etc. Remember, 1 Bitcoin will always be 1 Bitcoin, but $1 in 1910 isn't the same $1 in 2024.